So, if you've ever wondered how to start freelance writing without experience, this video is for you. Hi, guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Mary Jane, and I am a ghostwriter with over 7 years of experience. I've worked with brands, agencies, and different businesses, creating written content across a wide range of topics and industries. And I'm going to be sharing today different tips and resources to get you started on freelance writing. So you want to start freelance writing, but you don't have any experience. Worry not. Thousands of people are making money from the comfort of their homes without even breaking a sweat. This is because brands, agencies, and businesses worldwide need written content to keep their businesses afloat. If you look on social media, you see written captions, you see carousels, you see text posts, which are all organized or created by freelance writers. On the other hand, if you compare, you see that blog posts and articles are what brands, businesses, and agencies use to position themselves on the internet. This is because these websites, these brands, these businesses need this content to appear as experts in their industries. And guess who is behind all of that? Freelance writers. Not all the time, but majority of the time, these people are willing to hire other people to write content for them because they do not have the time, the will, or the skill to write this content in the way that is needed to give their brands the visibility and the traffic that it needs. So, what does this mean for you? This means that if you have the right skills, then you can become an asset to these brands and rope in a steady source of income. Let's get into it. How do you start freelance writing with no experience? But when I say no experience, I don't mean not having any experience with writing at all. Basic writing, like you don't even know how to write a full on article or a short, you know, any type of content. That is not even going to It's work. Like saying you want to become a surgeon without any prior knowledge of medicine or any basic medical knowledge. It's not going to work. To become a freelance writer, you need to have basic understanding of what writing is. You need to be able to put your words into written form. You need to be able to understand how to structure sentences. You need to also have, grammatical knowledge, because nobody's going to pay you for error reading work or work that they can't even publish without having to basically do it over. So I'm going to be breaking it into steps so that you can understand everything properly. Every writer has a unique talent. For some, they are very engaging in their writing. Some have strengths when it comes to being very descriptive. For some, it's even speed, being able to write 3 pages in 30 minutes. Whatever your skill is, you need to sit down and realize and understand where it positions you right now. Are you at a point where you can just sit down, set your profile on any platform and start to make money? Or are you at a point where you need time away to learn? Yes, you need to take time away to learn if you know that your writing is not good enough. Nobody is saying that you need to be an expert, but you need to get to a point where you can send your content to a client as is and they can post it on whatever platform, on their blog, on their pages, without having to rewrite the entire thing or struggle to edit as much of the content as possible. You know, most times when you're hired, they want high quality content that is publish ready. That is what they are paying for. Now, where does that leave you if you are not good at all? That means you have to take time away to learn. And how can you do that? First, you must read widely. You need to read within the industries that you are comfortable writing in. For example, if you have marketing knowledge or social media knowledge, and that is what you're comfortable writing content on, for example, you're comfortable writing blogs, articles, even captions about these topics or within these areas, then you need to read what other people are writing on those topics. The thing is, nobody knows it all, but by consuming other people's content, that is in whatever form that you prefer, if you want to be writing captions for people, then read other people's captions on social media and see what is best performing, posts with the most engagement because of the kind of content they are creating. If you want to be writing blog posts, read other blog posts, see their structure, see their writing style, even master some keywords, like see their keyword structure. Those are the kind of things you should be consuming if you are in your learning phase. You need to be able to understand what other people are working with so that you know what to give to your clients. If you know that your writing is still struggling and you don't know how to structure your sentences, improve your writing style, then write daily. You need to be able to learn to self-critique your work, know what is wrong with your work, and you can only do that by writing daily. So when you write daily, you look at your work and you can tell that, oh, this sentence is a bit off, oh, this structure is a bit off, those kind of things. Because if you're going to be a freelance writer, that means being able to write on demand. You could meet a client today who wants 60,000 words, another client who wants 24,000 words, another one who just wants 2,000 words, or another one who just wants an email. Meaning, you have to know how to write on demand if you are planning to work with multiple clients at a time. So, the only way you can do that is to write daily to get your muscles and your mind, used to the idea of creating content daily, because that is what may be required for you to succeed as a freelance writer. Lastly, to improve your writing skills, you need to take courses. There are many in demand services that require you to have a certain type of knowledge. As much as you can do some research and write if you are just starting out, but these niched down services pay even more. And if you can get certifications on them, then you can actually earn more. Some of these include SEO writing, editing and proofreading, and even social media management. If you can write captions for people, why not go further and learn how to manage an entire social media page for a business or brand and increase your earning potential? To make money writing online, you need to be very intentional about polishing your writing skills. This is because there are many freelance writers out there looking to get paid to write, and the competition is very stiff. If you don't improve your skills or even attempt to be good in any way, you will easily be brushed off from the competition and you will struggle hard to get clients and even keep them. Now that you have reviewed your skill, you should know where you are personally. Do you think you're at a point where your writing skill is good enough to earn you money, or do you need to take some time off to revise, learn, and re strategize? Step two is to build a portfolio of writing samples. Most newbies think it's just to apply to jobs and tell the people, oh, you know how to write. Nobody's going to take your word for it, especially as a newbie. Every single client that comes your way wanting to hire you for a project will ask you for samples, especially if you have no presence on social media or any platform recommending you for your services. So, how do you build your portfolio? The first step is to niche or categorize your writing skill. What type of writer are you? Do you write books? Do you write articles? Do you write social media posts or emails? What kind of writing do you do? If you understand where you can place yourself in the writing industry or what kind of writing you do, then you can understand what kind of samples to create. Secondly, you also need to understand the industries that you want to create content for. Aside understanding the category of writing you want to place yourself in, you must understand the topics you want to write about. So, what kind of topics are you comfortable writing in, or what kind of topics are you passionate about? Because it's best to work with topics that you know you're comfortable in, so that when you get gigs, relating to these topics, you don't burn out or freak out or fear that you cannot deliver high quality content. I always recommend that you create a table of sorts, highlighting all the topics that you're comfortable writing about from most favorite to least favorite. That way, you can understand what you're comfortable with so you don't go beyond your comfort zone. However, when you gain experience and become very conversant with this industry, you can always broaden your scope. Since you're a newbie, you need to understand that building your portfolio is not just about getting jobs, it's about creating a presence. It's about letting people know that you are capable. So, how you're going to do this is first of all, start by writing on the topics you're comfortable about in every format. You can create, blog posts, you can create captions, emails, structure yourself along the kind of services you want to offer. So if you want to be offering blog post writing services or ghostwriting services, write a few blog posts aside, write short emails on, creating different email structure aside. You can even write an excerpt to a book. That way, when a client comes, you show them this and they are hooked already. They don't have to fear that this person might not get my vision. When you create these samples, you will then add them to a folder, put them in Google Drive or any kind of cloud platform. And as soon as a client asks you, "Hi, I'd like to hire you for this, but I want to see your writing samples," you simply send them a link to peruse through. However, their choice is dependent on many factors, not just your presentation, but your skills have to align with what they are looking for. So you have to treat your samples like a paid work. Don't just write for the sake of writing. You have to take time to edit it to remove any errors, any typos, grammatical errors. You need to also ensure that the flow and structure is good. You need to also ensure that it is engaging, because this is the first thing a client would see, like basically first impressions. In my next video, I'm going to be showing you how to build a killer portfolio. I mean, a portfolio that will certainly get you clients. So kindly click on the subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you don't miss it. My assignment to you is find 3 types of writing that you are going to be doing, because you don't want to start off offering only one, because like I said, the goal is making money. But you need to understand that you cannot offer all at once. So choose your best 3. Are you going to be writing emails? Are you going to be writing blog posts? Or are you going to be writing short form content? Whatever it is, choose your top 3. Then you're going to choose at least 4 topics you're comfortable writing in. Are you writing in finance, marketing, social media, or tech? Whatever it is, those are your 4 topics. Then you are going to create content on each of these topics in each of these formats. For example, if you're writing tech related content, you're going to write one tech blog post. You're going to create some sort of social media campaign for a tech page, a pretend tech page. Then you can write or create an email funnel or a drip campaign for a tech company. Do you get what you did there? Then you're going to do this for the remaining topics that you chose. That should give you about 12 samples to work with. You're going to have about 4 blog posts, 4 email campaigns, 4 short form contents or social media contents that you can always show to a client. And when they see this diversity, it hooks them even more, because they may have other types of written content that they weren't sure that you could do. But by seeing these samples, they are more certain that you can actually deliver and may likely give you that project. You can also present your portfolio in a more visually appealing way. Some people use their personal websites as their portfolio. Anyone who wants blog content or articles can use your website as an example, because they understand that you already know how to create content for a website. Or you can even use portfolio websites that allow you showcase your best work. Some examples include: now that your portfolio of writing samples is ready, you may be wondering, where do I get freelance writing jobs now? The truth is, this is where the hard work begins. This is the point that either makes or breaks your career, because most people often give up. They give up because they don't see results within the time frame that is set in their mind. Freelance writing is not a get rich quick scheme. It requires effort, dedication, and consistency. You have to juggle multiple platforms, apply to multiple jobs, and hope for the best. But all you need is one big break, because when you start to get frequent gigs on a platform, the algorithm seems to favor that and will push you in front of more clients. Your best bet is to be very consistent on whatever platforms that you choose to find work on. So now let's get into the platforms themselves. The first platform is LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a professional platform where you can connect with people in your industry and position yourself in front of potential clients. This is because LinkedIn is the social media of the professional world. You can find anyone in any industry. We are talking CEOs, we are HR managers, all of them on one platform. Imagine being able to be on the same platform with some of the biggest business owners, brand owners, or entrepreneurs in the world. All you need to do is learn how to position yourself, engage with them, and remain very consistent on the platform. The truth is, LinkedIn is one of those platforms that I wish I learned about early in my freelance journey. Even till date, I haven't been really active on LinkedIn because other platforms work for me. But I am advising you as a beginner to think about LinkedIn as a place that can either make or break your career. That means if you take it seriously, you can see changes within a very short period of time. It even has features that allows you to showcase your portfolio, highlight your skills, and connect with potential clients that may be interested in these services. Next is Upwork. I know you may have heard a lot about Upwork, about how it is difficult to scale, how it is expensive. Whatever you may have heard is true and more. But the thing is, people are still making money, a lot of money on Upwork. In fact, I was able to make 5K on Upwork within 6 months of taking it seriously. All you need to do is learn how to optimize your profile well and create killer cover letters when applying to jobs. The downside is Upwork is very expensive. It requires digital coins called connects for you to apply to a job. And one job can cost about 20 connects, while 10 connects cost about $1.5. So imagine applying to a job for like $3 and not getting it, and applying consistently. But if you think it is worth it and you are very confident in your skills and your positioning on the platform, then you can learn how to apply to jobs that you are most likely to get with a very good strategy, which I'm going to show you in later videos. The next platform is Fiverr. Fiverr is an open marketplace for freelancers in different industries. So imagine like a market where every freelancer in every industry can post their services in form of products, and clients can just simply walk through as if they're in the mall and select whatever service without even contacting the freelancers sometimes. However, many complain that Fiverr is very saturated and may require some effort for you to actually rank to the point of getting paid. Before, freelancers could apply to jobs that clients list on the platform, but now they do not want you directly contacting clients. So all they do is collect briefs from clients and match them with freelancers who have the skills that these clients are looking for. So sometimes you could get matched, your gigs could get matched with a client who is looking for those services because of the kind of information they have shared. And on the other hand, clients can simply come and select a product or gig on your profile and simply pay and take it from there. So you could literally be sleeping and clients can come and pick your services, pay, and all you have to do is deliver. Now let's talk tools. Number four is tools. Every writer needs tools, but I'm not just talking in form of gadgets, but that is very important. But I feel like gadgets is the least important thing you need as a writer, because you can simply write on your phone. When I started, I didn't have a laptop. and my battery my phone battery was the worst at the time. I was using an Android phone that died every 30 minutes, but I was still using that to create full length books. I'm telling you, fully edited books that were being published at the time. So if you're a newbie and you are thinking, oh my god, I must have a laptop, but you can't even afford to, don't worry. The money to buy your laptop is going to come from these services that you are listing or offering. But for now, start small. There's no shame in starting with your phone. However, you can also write on your laptop, and if you feel like it is very convenient for you to write with your laptop, fine. But I think at the time, aside not having a laptop, I wasn't even fast enough on my laptop. And for example, if you're given a very tight deadline to meet and you're still struggling to type one word or one letter after the other, you may not be able to meet up with your timeline or deadline given to you by the client. So if you're a newbie and you are not fast enough on a keyboard or you don't even have one, start on your phone. I'll be doing a video to show you how to write a full length book with your phone in one of my videos. Just let me know in the comments if you would like that. The next tools you need are editing and proofreading tools. So, like I said before, no writer knows it all. No writer is the best in the world. So, you need tools that can help you pick up errors, because when you write for a very long time, you get a lazy eye, which means you don't see your errors as clearly or as plainly as you would if you weren't so active on that content. Aside, having a gadget, knowing where to proofread and edit, you need a platform to write on its own. Did you think you were going to write in your notes? No. You need a platform to write. Some people use Microsoft Word, but I've always been a Google Docs girly. I don't know, the user interface is easier for me, and I don't feel like it is too old, because somehow Microsoft feels so, ancient for me. I don't know how to explain it, but that is what I feel. So you have two options: Microsoft Word or Google Docs. This is for more formal writing. There are other platforms that help you can use if you are into more, creative writing. That is for novel writers and script writers. Writing tools are like your workspace as a writer. So when you know the right tools to use, you can create more high quality content, which will please your clients, keep them coming back, and ensure that you get paid writing consistently. As a freelance writer, you have three options. You can set your pricing per hour, per project, or per contract. And I'm going to be explaining each of those in detail. To set your price as a newbie, you need to understand how much other people are charging. So you need to do a competitors analysis, if you will. Go on the platform of your choosing and search other freelancers in your industry and see how much they are charging per hour, or simply check within the job listings on the platform and see how much people are offering for the services related to your industry. But I have only one advice. As a newbie content writer, you can't go ahead and set your prices within the same range as those freelancers considered intermediates or experts. This is because when you're first starting out, clients are just taking a bet or a chance on you. So if your prices are high, they are going to wonder, why should I pay you the same price as a beginner that I can simply pay an expert and get great value for my money? So you're going to basically sweeten the deal by reducing your prices a little bit, just to rope them in. And then when you do multiple projects with these clients or with multiple clients, you can simply increase your prices. Now, the most important part for anyone looking to start out as a freelance writer is to protect yourself and your clients. Yes, every freelance writer should understand the legalities of freelance writing or ghostwriting. That means if you're working with anybody, you should have a written agreement. A written agreement protects you in a way that highlights everything you are supposed to deliver as a freelance writer to your clients. This covers the project scope, project timeline, and deliverables. And that's it, guys. If you're looking to start your freelance journey, I have literally shared everything you need to do step by step to get started today. However, I still have some tips that I want to share with you to make this journey smooth. I don't want you to struggle the way I did when I started. So, this is it. To succeed as a freelance writer, there are many things that contribute to your success. First of all, you must learn to avoid scams. Do not be too quick or desperate to get a job that you literally fall into a scam. Think about it. If a gig is too good to be true, then it is. Nobody willing to really hire a freelance writer is going to tell you to come off of the platform and contact them through an alternative means. It's a scam. Especially if you're new on the platform with no record, no reviews, and somebody, comes into your DMs and offers you a gig just like that. Also, when applying to jobs on any platform, check the client's history. Just as clients are quick to search for a freelancer's history to see your reviews, see your record, and see what you've worked on, do the same due diligence for a client. Check their reviews with other freelancers. See if they have good or bad reviews. Do they pay quick? Are freelancers complaining that they don't pay early? Do they have 3 stars, 2 stars, 1 star? How much have they spent on the platform? That should show you how much they're willing to pay, or the range at which they pay their freelancers. You need to also check like what their deliverables are. Are you willing to meet that deadline? Are they quick to drop bad reviews for freelancers and stuff like that? Yes, you need to check all those things so you don't get yourself in trouble. Next advice is always learn to set deadlines that work for you, not to the client. If a client comes to you and offers a deadline of, you know, um, 7 days for a content that should take you 14 days, do not be pushed except you know you can deliver. Because once you commit to 7 days, you will have no choice but to deliver, because these clients, they're not joking. Their 7 days is their 7 days, their 10 days is their 10 days, and if you can't meet up, you're likely to get a bad review, which will affect your success on the platform that you're working on. I've maintained 5 stars across 3 platforms, and I can tell you for a fact today that your deliverables are your deliverables. Do not commit to what you can't meet up to. My third advice is to build a diverse portfolio. I use myself as an example. Before I started offering a wide range of services, I basically limited how much I could make because I was doing only one thing. But when I started offering a broader range of services, I was making more money because I could do more for one client. That means I could write a blog post for the client today, work on their social media tomorrow, write their emails on Wednesday, and so much more. So that could increase your earning potential. And you shouldn't be afraid to offer more services to a client if you know that they need it. A closed mouth is a closed destiny. So if you know that your client is struggling with something and you have the solution, always offer, even if that's not what you are hired to do, or that's not what they are hiring you at that point for. Let them know that you offer that service and you are open to working with them whenever they are ready. So that is basically booking a client in advance, and they will always keep it at the back of their mind, because sometimes they can come 1 month later, 3 months later, letting you know that they are finally ready for that service that you offered the last time you worked with them. My last advice before we go is to encourage you to always communicate with clients professionally. Imagine the businesses that you patronize daily. Imagine if they had poor customer service or relations. For example, if you call your telecommunications company and they have poor customer response, you would get incensed, you get enraged and mad at them. It's the same in freelancing. Treat your freelance career as any business model. Be professional about it. Engage with clients on a more personal level so that they can keep coming back to you frequently. Learn to keep them frequently updated. Your client, for example, is working with you as a beginner, and they may have some fears or doubts about being scammed, about the quality of your work, about much more. So if you, for example, are writing something and you could deliver it tomorrow, let them know where you are at now and that you're likely to deliver tomorrow. If you have like 3 more words left, let them know that you're at a point where you have only 3 more words left and could finish in a certain number of hours. That shows that you value them and their opinions, and basically respect them, and they trust you more for it, and may become even more patient with you when on days where you can't actually deliver as promised. So set the record right from the beginning, and they may become more lenient with you as your project with them progresses. And that's it, guys. That's all you need to know to learn how to start freelance writing with no experience as of today. You simply have to review your writing skills to see if you're at the point where you can get paid to write. If not, simply take time away to improve your writing skills by reading and writing as much as you can. Secondly, build a portfolio of writing samples in different industries and niches. Thirdly, look for work on any reputable freelance writing platform. Then combine all of these efforts together and get paid to write. But like I said, it is not a get rich quick scheme. So you have to apply consistent effort, remain dedicated, and try again. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments and I will certainly answer them or create even separate videos to answer each of these questions individually. Kindly also subscribe to my channel and click on the notifications button so you don't miss out on any of my videos. Thank you. Until next time.